Hi there, Virgo. Healing Grasshopper here to do your August 2025 bonus reading. We're using the After Tarot today. I almost never use this deck, but Spirit brought this deck to my attention for a few of the readings that I did in August. I don't know if it was yours or not, um, but it makes sense to use the After Tarot because we're in a time of transition, a portal, a change of paradigm. So, what the After Tarot is, if you've never seen it before, it's a really great deck that imagines what happens next after each frame of the tarot, right? So, in the Rider Waite Smith deck, so for each card, let's say, I don't know, the Ace of Wands, let's say, what happens after the wand is extended? Or the Three of Swords, what happens after the swords come out of the heart? That kind of thing. You'll see once I start pulling out the cards. I think it's the perfect deck for us to be working with during this energy. The Hermit. So here's the Hermit card. And what happens after the original Hermit is pretty much the same, but this time he is standing on a ledge. Um, he's doesn't show a ledge in the original one. He's just kind of standing in the snow, but this one definitely depicts a ledge. He's got um, a faithful dog next to him, companion, and now he's got um the snake that's very much like um Moses's staff, right? Um so he is wise, he is wielding divine energy here, and he is secure and protected in his movements. Um so this really talks about, being in a good place, being all the wiser for all that you've been through, and being at peace and confident in your journey forward. Ooh, we've got the Nine of Cups, where he is now being fed a beautiful meal, a plentiful meal. Um, yeah, this is pretty much the same energy as the original. This is just um enjoying the spoils of one's labor. That's all. He's been through quite a bit, and now he is enjoying the results of his efforts. We'll see if this is reversed. No. All right, so we've got the Eight of Wands. So we've got the flying wands here that we're used to, but now we've got an archer here, um, almost taking advantage of the energy that these flying uh, wands are generating. This is very dynamic and full of action. And the this arrow, this bow and arrow too is brings air to the fire of the wands too. So we've got a concentrated um Eight of Wands. So anyway, what are all of these three cards mean together is that you've been through quite a lot. You've gained quite a lot of wisdom um, to help you move forward. And there's a lot of, there's an air of knowing who you are, Virgo, because you've been through a lot and you've been through the part where you're questioning yourself and you're frustrated and that kind of thing. All of that is over. And it's like you've got come to a place where you're at peace with your life and you're confident within yourself and you're ready to move forward. So this tells me that you guys are starting to feel the energy of change here that I've been talking about in the past few months. Here's the High Priestess. We'll see if that's reversed in a moment. Let's see what our focus card is. I don't know if those are ours. We'll see. Reversed? No. This is our center card. Peace. No. Peace. Either of them. No. Okay. Okay. The Eight of Pentacles. Yeah. Okay. So the Hermit under the High Priestess. This is very all concentration of intuition. And well, intuition, yes, but more than that, like an immersion in spirituality, right? You've got the Hermit and the High Priestess together here in a vertical line. And this is all about being connected spiritually, which is the reason why you're in this good place here. The Eight of Pentacles, this is the one where he's usually sitting down, hammering away at a pentacle, but now he's gotten up and he's admiring his work. This is very much what I depict, what I always thought the Seven of Pentacles was. When I was younger, the Seven of Pentacles is the one um, where there's like a bush with pentacles growing on them, and you've got the guy resting on his gardening tool, looking at the bush. Like the sentiment is, should I continue? Is this really worth my effort? Which I always thought that was funny. That's not the way I used to see it when I was little. I always used to see it as him admiring his work. This is what that Seven of Pentacles is supposed to be. And sometimes in my readings, it does come out like that. Still to this day. I remember my mother correcting me. My mother used to read tarot, and that was the cards, one of the cards that I used to get wrong. And my mom was like, no, 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 that means that he's impatient. He's not admiring his work. But anyway, um, yeah, that really reminds me of that, where he is admiring his work. He has done a lot. He's and he's congratulating himself in the most appropriate way, in a balanced way. He's not braggadocious, but he's not beating himself up either. He's really admiring his work and appreciating his own work, which is important, especially for you, Virgo. Especially for you, because I feel like, yeah, what's this month in August? I was telling you guys to give yourselves a break. I've been telling you that for a few months, that you guys have been really hard on yourselves. Like, and I've been telling you that you need to cut it out because it has nothing to do with you. It's not your fault. It's because of the energy that you're in. that you feel like you're spinning your wheels and things aren't going as fast as you would like them to go or as perfect as you'd like them to go because the universe is doing its thing and the universe isn't working against you. It's just God works in mysterious ways, right? Sometimes we just don't understand the energy that we're in, but we just have to be patient. Anyway, so, but this is you after all of that, really starting to settle into the energy and understanding the energy and now what you're enjoying the results of your efforts. Because I know earth signs have really been swimming against the tide for the past handful of years, couple of decades, right? Okay. So we've got Page of Pentacles. So this is the one in the original deck where he's holding up the pentacle and looking at it. But this is a really interesting one. By the way, guys, I like never use this deck. I think I've used this deck maybe all of twice, so I'm not all that familiar with the deck. Um, so he is showing this pentacle to this gnome-like character. So there is an air of magic and wonder here. And it's almost as if he's ready to share this pentacle, which is very different than the Four of Pentacles that I feel like mode that you've been in lately. The Four of Pentacles is the one where he's sitting in a chair and he's got his feet on two pentacles. He's holding on to one, and there's one on top of his head, like he's really clutching to these pentacles. He won't let them go. Kind of miserly type energy. But this is different than that. This is, it's almost as if he is recognizing the magic in his life and he's willing to engage with it, right? This is a very powerful reading, Virgo. It's beautiful. I'm so glad to see you guys have turned around here. And by the way, if you don't feel this yet, it's because the month has not matured yet, number one. Number two, um, it can also be that you're lagging behind a little because you're still reconciling the old energy. You'll get there. Um, but also number three is it doesn't mean that everything's in place and perfect and you have your mansion and millions of dollars in this month. It means that you are starting to move into an energy of abundance where you're aware of the energy, right? Because before it was me talking about this energy is just coming, it's coming, it's coming, and you guys have been like, Grasshopper, you're crazy. I don't know what you're talking about. Everything is terrible, you know? But here you guys are starting to feel like, oh, okay, things are changing. I do feel that momentum now, right? So, but this page is really important. It gave me a little bit of chill too when I took it out, too. This is very important. It's like there's like a sense of wonder and a belief in what one can't see, you know, faith. But It'll come to me. Let's move on. Queen of Wands here, you have optimism in your actions. This is a change of attitude. All of this is a change of attitude that I see with you. This is a lightening of the mood. Then I love this. You have two queens here and they're back to back. You have a balance here of optimism and action, and you have a real a realization of needing to be decisive and discerning, right? Because the Queen of Wands is about being willing to eliminate things that don't serve you, right? But, and this is very similar to the original Queen of Swords. This is just showing her more in profile. But what's different here is this butterfly that's landed on her sword that talks about transformation, right? Her eliminating things that don't serve her in her life brings about transformation. And that's you, Virgo. This can be many things, a removal of bad habits, of limiting beliefs, of people in your life that you have realized are not really the best of friends, frenemies and that kind of thing. It can be moving, it could be a million things. Whatever it is that you've eliminated in your life that has made room for better things. I need two more, please. And it's interesting the energy of this deck because you guys, I started with Capricorn and went in order until I got to you. So I've done a few of these readings before I got to you with this deck. And the energy is very transformative. You know, all of it is like uh, screams of change, even more than the other readings that I've been doing past handful of months. There's really it's hard to put into words, but it's a good thing. Wheel of Fortune. What did I say about it being a good thing? It's a good thing. I sound like Martha Stewart. Anything under it? No, just Wheel of Fortune. Virgo, I'm so happy to see this for you. All of this entire reading here is good fortune. But, and the interesting thing here, there's a reason why the Wheel of Fortune came out last, right? Because the reading is depicted all of your growth here before it's declared this good fortune here. Because you've gone through all of this to get here. This is good karma here. And karma is all about cause and effect, right? So this is what you've brought about in your life. This isn't like luck. You worked for this good fortune that's been laid in your lap. What else we got here? We need one more. One more after tarot, please. Wow. So we've got the Ten of Cups. In the original one, that's the one with the rainbow here, and the sun is shining, and the two kids are dancing behind the couple. Um, so geez, it's almost as if the kids are grown up. They look like they might be a little older, but anyway, that's not really it. The sun has gone down, and now this is the evening. The celebration is pretty much over. Um, and everyone is relaxed and enjoying themselves after the celebration, right? So after this initial burst of fortune, when you really start to realize that your good fortune has arrived, this is you. This is kind of like the happily ever after card, better days to come. Look at Page of Pentacles, right? This is the original Page of Pentacles. Here, so you can see it better. That's better. Sorry about the glare, guys. The original Page of Pentacles and the After Tarot Page of Pentacles, right? So this is you here. Really, the pages are like after the Ace of Pentacles, the universe holding that pentacle and extending it out to you. This is like after you've received that pentacle and you're like, yay, a pentacle. What am I going to do with this pentacle? What great things am I going to do with this? Yeah, gratitude and, you know, filled with happiness. Um, and then we've got here where it progresses into a sense of wonder and engaging in one's spiritual powers. The magician. Oh, no, 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 no. But I guess I took that magician out for a reason, huh? Is this magician ours? It is. Reversed? No. Does it go here? Yes. Okay. Oh, I got you. I got you. I got you. What was I just saying when this came out? I wasn't, I was completely somewhere else when I picked this up. It was completely mindless. It's probably spirit that had me pick this up because I was just talking about your spiritual power and your sense of magic and that kind of thing. And then here's the magician, right? But in the original magician, you have all of the elements on the table, right? But here he is levitating them all. He is engaging his powers here. And this is exactly what I was talking about here with this pentacle, Virgo. So what does all of that mean? In this month, Virgo, you're going to need to pay attention to everything that you do and everything that comes your way, every opportunity, everything that you're engaging in. Your sense of magic and like synchronicities and extraordinary coincidences that can't be coincidences, synchronicities. I'm sorry, I'm like repeating myself, but your sense of wonder is going to be heightened in this month, is what I'm trying to say. That extraordinary things are going to happen this month. And you know what, guys? I expect to hear from you guys this month. Save this video and let me know in the comments the incredible things that happened to you. this month. And by the way, it can spill over into the next month too. Um, you can have shadow periods from this month too, like early September as well. Um, Let me know because I have a definite feeling that things are going to go well for you. And I love hearing from you guys in the comment section, and I answer every single comment. I love talking to you guys. So, okay, so let me know how this resonates. The Five of Wands. So, this is a reminder that things are not going to be perfect this month. That, as usual, we are earth signs. There are things that we always need to deal with on the physical plane, right? We're not going to be totally, levitating in the ether. We're going to need to be grounded and deal with the physical plane. But um, do I think that you're going to have any real difficulties this month? No, not beyond any of the ordinary things that you have to deal with. Nothing extraordinarily difficult. Okay, let's have four more. Ah, look at this. Ten of Pentacles. Oh, did I say four? Three more. Me two, at least. Very interesting energy. My whole body is kind of like vibrating. Page of Wands. This is you being excited, guys, in this energy. You've recognized this energy. Like I said, you have the sense of wonder and magic. You are really enjoying the synchronicities. Um, but now you're really looking at what am I doing? What am I going to do with this energy that's flowing through me? And you know what might help as well? Go into the comment section, guys, and say, I claim this energy. And I know that sounds like a manipulation, like um, I'm trying to get you guys to help me with the algorithm, which I always am. And I don't pretend that I'm not. I really do need help with the algorithm, and we'll talk about that later. Liking and subscribing is very, very important to me. It only takes a few uh, seconds, doesn't cost you anything, but really helps me a whole lot. And the comments also help me in the algorithm. But the real reason why I ask you to go into my comments is because it helps me um, feel like I'm actually talking to someone and I'm not talking into the void, you know? That I'm not sitting here talking to myself, that there are people listening. Okay. It helps me with my own morale. So thank you in advance. All right. So what else do we have? We need one more. Here we are, the Fool, not reversed. Okay. So very important, guys. You've got the Wheel of Fortune here, and you've got the Ten of Pentacles attached to it. You are going to start to see, you are going to start to see things improving in this month, Virgo. Where things have felt stagnant before, you're going to start to feel the ball rolling in this month. So just claim the energy. Um, the Fool. The Fool again, just like the Page of Wands, very similar energy. This is assessing what you're going to do next. Fool is also assessing what you're going to do next, taking the leap, gleefully moving forward without any reservations, with confidence and faith. Advice cards? No. That's the reading, guys. Okay? Please like and subscribe. Like I said, takes like all of 2 seconds. Doesn't cost you anything, but I promise you, really helps the channel a lot because the algorithm has been bizarre lately. So, you know, anything you can do to help me would be uh, very helpful. By the way, if you're really inclined to help me, what would be great if you went into my page there and had a look at my playlist. I have a Virgo playlist. I have pick a cards. You can look at your moon rising and north node signs. If you don't know what those are, you can calculate uh, them for free online. Just Google calculate my blank sign, find out what that is. Come back and watch those videos as well. Um, there will be very helpful messages for you there too, and will give me more views. If you put the playlists on autoplay and put them on as background noise, even while you sleep, would be really helpful because um, watch hours are everything to content creators. Okay, will help me a lot. Okay. Um, I am looking forward to hearing from you guys in the comments. Talk to you soon. Love, light, and many blessings.